Hey guys, it's Amber and welcome to day or story 6, whatever you go by. I am going to be doing a story about building gingerbread houses, and I needed to cut a few of these open, or cut a few out and place them to see if I liked the track where I was going. So I'm really being drawn to this green grid. I love it. It's one of my favorite papers. And it was almost like I felt like it was too precious to use. Or like it wasn't the right layout. So I did attempt to use this one instead, and it just felt like cold. I don't know if that's even the best way to say it. So like, for example, some of the embellishments I picked out, this is like a tag that I got on like a gift, but it had like the same color browns as the gingerbread, and I thought it'd be fun to tie a little ribbon on it. I had some, like, I have this wooden gingerbread house from Ellie's Studio that's a few years old now. I have my number 6. I have a cutout of that pattern, which I will actually cut out. This is the Awesome Merry Mess. I have, I had another gingerbread house that I was considering if like I could put it somewhere, like if I needed to double up or something, but it's a little too tall. I have my wooden chipboard houses, sorry, not wooden chipboard, wooden houses from Allie, and my chipboard houses from Allie. And then this house matches, but was from this kit here. So I thought maybe if I went with blue, it might help tie in some of the blue from like the star left over from yesterday. And then I have 7 photos and 1 little journaling block. So I have 10 spaces. These are a little short though. And the other thing is these are actually a smaller grid. So, and they're more even. So this is probably centered. This is not centered. The way they designed this one, this bottom row is much shorter. So even though I don't have a digital version of this, I feel like I'm really being drawn to this green one. Just like I said, it feels warmer somehow. And what I wanted to do is see if I liked how it was looking with these. I didn't realize she was wearing a shirt with green in it. This house has got green. This has got some green. So it's going to help tie in a little bit better than I originally had thought. But the way the grid's spaced, it feels like they can breathe in here better. Even though the grids are smaller, they're more evenly spaced. So my next step is I need to cut these out before I can really do much else of anything. I wasn't really sure what else to put in here, like once I get the photos done. So I'm still kind of like deciding. I kind of thought maybe like some of this like Tim Holtz washi label tape might look good, you know, like at the bottom of something, or like another kind of washi with like another thing on top, just to create a different pattern within that block. So, or even pattern paper. I'm not really 100% sure yet, but I'm definitely going to be putting the holes on this side. Technically I could put them on this side and there'd be plenty of room. It just doesn't feel balanced to me, because then there's actually like more room for embellishments in a special part of the grid, like over here, if I did do that, because there's plenty of room for the holes. It feels like the paper is supposed to be this way, so I'm going to stick with that. So I pretty much just need to get started, I think, before, like, to see if this is the vibe I want to go with. I wasn't really sure another way of doing it. I had to like go with the rest of yesterday. I didn't want to go with like, I could have gone with those 3 photos and like 1 enlargement with journaling, but I didn't really want to do that. And then the only other thing that I was thinking about doing was this piece with some of those little mini photos behind it. I was just trying to make sure I didn't have like anything else in mind, because I had kind of gone through some products. And you know, was still trying to make some decisions. So this was the only other option that I had considered, was this guy. and I would probably reprint a few photos in a different way. You know, like journaling, little houses, people. And it would look good, but it definitely didn't feel like, it felt really like 4th of July because of the blue stars and like the red and white stripes. And I could even get away with like doing white on this side and covering it with a different pattern paper and like leaving red for this side. I don't think that's gonna work. So I think I'm gonna stick with this. And if I decide I need this paper again, I can always buy the digital version. Because I have the digital version of the papers in the main kit. But I think, like I said, I think I just need to start playing and cutting things out and seeing where I'm gonna go from there. So I'm happy to see how it comes out. I usually love grids and playing with little pieces and like finding balance and stuff. So I'm excited to see how it comes out. All right, so we might be looking a little bit different from the last time. I moved a few things around, found some different product. I'm pulling one photo off, mainly because I do have a picture of it here. I did want a bigger version, or I could lose that photo as well and add that in. Still kind of trying to make that decision. This one's kind of a fun one because it shows how we hot glue them instead of waiting for the frosting to dry. Or if I really wanted to, I could do something like this and put it on the photo. But I didn't really love the photo to start with, and I don't really need that to tell the story. So maybe I will put that one on there instead. I'm trying to just keep an eye on my balance because this one's got a lot of red in it. So I've got a woven piece here. I found this from a die cut set, which I think it was from this one from Future Craft. Yeah, it was Future Craft. This is from a couple years ago with December Daily. These were from last year, I think, or the year before. It's transparent trees. So I'm gonna layer 2 there just to help break the barrier a little bit, and add another touch of gold. I'm gonna pop a couple of these up with dimensional foam squares, and then I think I also want to add one more red bit here. I was thinking about another chipboard little house. It's tiny, but I think it's gonna add just the right amount of touch of red that we might need here. I'm just putting it on really gently, not pushing. Yeah, see, red, red, red just kind of helps pull your eye through. So I'm going to keep that there as well. And now I'm just really going to get started building. Just want to see where my holes are going to land. Perfect. They're going to miss these trees, so I can pretty much just start putting everything down. I'm going to use some red line tape for the wooden pieces, which I'm going to work on first. Oops. Usually when I'm using red line tape, I like to use my Fisker's non-stick scissors. I have them linked in my bio if you're interested. Sometimes they stick, but for the most part, they do not, which is really nice. But I trust them, or I should say not trust, but I prefer to use them over regular scissors. I'm trying to be really careful so I don't rip my paper or break my gingerbread house. Those things are, red line tape is very strong stuff. So I don't think I mentioned before my photo size here for the little squares. These are 1 3/4 by 2 inch. Just a heads up on that. So I want this almost totally centered, but a little bit off. Yeah. I did consider using some score tape on all the photos, but I think since it's just photo paper on regular paper, I should be okay. Although I think I wanna, if I'm going to pop any up, it might be that one. This is gonna get popped. Maybe I'll do this one. Yeah, let's pop this one up. So I'm just gonna cut them in half so I don't have to use like 5. I'm getting a little low and I'm waiting on my restock to come in the mail. So this way I can spread them out. So I like to put them in the corners and then in the middle. Hopefully it won't need more than that. This is where like foam tape can come in handy because you can put bigger pieces on. Got like the tiniest bit of a white edge here that I want to trim. So this white 'Tis the Season die cut is from an Ellie's Studio kit. I think it's this year's kit. I haven't even tried to look yet. I will try to link that in my video notes. And this little guy is gonna get popped up. I did consider cutting off the quote bubble part because I don't necessarily love that, but I think it's gonna be fine. And I love Gina K foam squares because they're low dimension. Sometimes the topping can be difficult to pull off. The other thing I was having a hard time doing is I didn't want to put the text on top of the text, but I was trying to balance out where the white pieces were at in the design. Yeah, I think this one might end up getting popped up. I might pull that back off and redo it. So I can't do this one, the tag's gonna be above it. And I don't want these two popped up next to each other, especially with that third one down here. So with red line tape, you really don't need much. It's so strong. And this one is, I'm gonna pull it a little closer so I don't accidentally drop it like last time. I'm gonna line up my borders. Okay. And then even though these are gingerbread men, I thought it still helped like reinforce the theme a little bit. And I originally had this piece up here, but I really liked the way that woven one looked up top, so I moved it around. I was gonna pop it. And I've been trying to decide if there's anything that I want to include over here. The problem is I have a square that doesn't match at all. I have some kind of busy looking photos. So right now I'm not sure what I want to do to try to help tie something in. I feel like it needs a little touch of gold because I've got the stars here. I did consider like a little house maybe, but I've got like houses everywhere, so I don't feel like that's the answer. So I'm a little stuck on, I didn't peel my pieces off, but also I want to get my holes punched. I'm really liking how this is starting to come together. Yeah, I tried to stick this down without removing the release tape. That's not going to stick to anything. So hopefully you guys are having fun working on your December dailies. So far, a few things have come out like I envisioned in my head. A few things haven't, and that's okay. Like my day 3 wasn't planned. This one definitely is not coming out like I pictured. I was kind of hoping for like a nice big blow up. I didn't really get great photos. The designs weren't really that great, you know, not that there's anything wrong with them, but they weren't like, you know, masterpieces. It was more just for fun. And a photo op, if I'm being honest. But yeah, I was hoping the kids would at least have fun doing them. They're starting to get too old for that stuff. When they are a little bit older, hopefully they will want to go back to doing these kinds of things because they'll have fond memories, hopefully. And they won't feel like I forced them. That's the goal. I know that that's how I felt when I went away to college. I couldn't wait to come back home and do traditional stuff with my family, so. Here's hoping. I did consider layering one of these gold trees with this and opted not to. Just wanted the 6 to be able to stand on its own. And I thought it would be fun to kind of like break that barrier like I was saying. Everything else is within the square, so a little bit of a transparent product outside is kind of fun. And I really like this one, the way it's like kind of mirroring the shape of the painted part on that square there. And for this guy, I'm going to have my paper piercer help me, because it is super sticky. Still debating should go down. No, I like it down low. Just kind of thinking that needs a little gold star on it. I kind of forgot that I have these hearts too. That's sort of fun. I don't really have too many stars on here, but I thought like a little one up here would be cute. Just help fill up more of that space. Not something I had planned to do, but I was kind of trying to think of something that I could like add on to this heart here. And I'm not sure a star is it. I was thinking like something red or another little teeny tiny heart maybe that I could find to like layer right on the edge. So we'll see how that goes. So one thing I haven't stuck down yet is this. I gotta pull out some twine. So I'm deciding if I still want to layer that exactly. Yeah, that'll work. It's cute. Okay. I'm just peeling off the backing. Most of Ollie's plastic products have backing. This one I already did, but I actually backed it onto some white paper so it'll pop a little more because it's so faint. Thinking that I might just only put adhesive right here behind where the gold part is. So there's a little bit hidden. Score tape is kind of clear, so I probably wouldn't have to really worry about it showing through too much, but this way I really don't have to. I was debating popping these up, but then I decided to pop up the photo instead. So they're just gonna tuck in here next to it. And how cute would a little tiny star be on there? My desk is a hot mess right now. I was considering putting a brad on there, but this way I can do a couple of these little puffy stars. I'm having a problem with stars this time, guys. They're literally everywhere. Alrighty. And I think that I'm just going to repeat the same twine that I used on day 3, which has a little bit of gold and red and white in it. I do have some green twine I've been wanting to use, but it's like really the wrong color green. So I think I'm going to stick with this one. That destroyed my gold thread. Kind of like unraveled there. Like, you know what, I'm just gonna punch my hole a little bit bigger. So normally I would do it with my power punch, but that is probably too big. I'm just gonna make it easier on myself. And I'm only using like a tiny bit of thread here because I don't want it to cover up, or twine I should say. I don't want it to cover up the three of us in that photo. Even that's almost like way too much. And that's a tiny amount. I also didn't really love the way that that was laying. I think I'm gonna have to cut a new piece. This one, poor little guy has gotten like destroyed. Yeah, new piece. Luckily, I have a million feet of this. So I'm gonna approach it from the other end and put the loop through first. Let's see if that lays a little bit better. Much better. Okay. I'll try trimming it like real short. This just might not work. Just kind of a bummer. I wasn't thinking, I could already, like, goes up over the photo, so I just wasn't thinking about how high up it would go. Could try to switch these two, but the only other option would really to be like to try to get to like dangle down. I'm not sure I need it to. I might just stick it on there by itself and leave it be. I'm debating if I pop that up or not. I kind of want like this to stand out more. I'm gonna put it on there flat so that the heart stands out more. And I could try to dig for another embellishment, but I've kind of had this picked out from the beginning just because the brown really matched. And I don't really have a ton of brown scrapbooking supplies. Okay, so I think that that is just about it. I definitely need another little star down here probably to create like a little triangle. So I'm debating going big one or teeny one. Looks like my stars got like smushed, so you kind of see me picking and choosing here. And that works. It just needs a little hint of something, a little shine. Okay, pretty happy with that. Just need to, honestly, you don't even need this. You could tell a complete story with like one page like this. So I have very simple journaling, just says that I picked them out. One of the kids wasn't interested, who did what. Oh, and you know what I do want to do? This will add some gold. I forgot. Be right back. Okay, so I'm going to use these letters for whose house is whose over here. And I think that that will help provide a little gold on this side, and it's a simple thing. And once I've finalized these, I will mount these together so that you can't see any of the lines or white showing through. Of course, I'm using my only A I have left, which makes it difficult to spell certain words, but that's why I need more of these. And I guess I don't want to like put them only in the corners, but there's not really, it pops a lot more up here. It just looks the best. Okay, so I've got those stuck down. I was considering pairing them with like little teeny stars, but they're not quite the same color gold. Not that it really matters, but I've already got stars on there. I could take a look at these little guys, which I haven't messed with yet. Maybe this green would help tie in the green of this page. It's like having two of something and like not an even number. I think I'm gonna hold off, not try to like force it. I still love the idea of a star on there, but I kind of want to see if I can find like a little heart instead. So pretty much done. Just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. Hope you are enjoying, and hope you're inspired and working on your own albums. And if you're not, that's okay too. Take pictures, take notes, have fun. And just a reminder that if you're not already subscribed, if you do so, you'll be automatically notified when I post new videos, and I will see you again for day 7. Thanks so much. Bye.